Hey everybody, I'm Dwayne, Mr. Dwayne Doing Things. Today we're going to be assembling a Periaktoi that we built for a school several years ago. This is our modular Periaktoi. It's reusable, folds down for packing assembly. We have two of these that we use in the theater, and that's pretty much it. So if you look down on the ground here, what we've done is we've made a top and bottom for our frames. We've got our two sides, we have a center support, and then we have 6 of these. Each one of these, 3 of them form a triangle and will be the base and the top. Everything is modular, so they're the same. The only difference is when you're putting the casters on the bottom, they do have to go down to the bottom side of these screws here. So if you see, these screws are not centered. They're on the bottom side, so the caster will come to the bottom side. We've got the top and the bottom. So if you look here, this little groove will be facing either down or up, and that will receive the triangles when we're done. So we put our 2 rails down, we put our top and bottom rails down, and if you look, we do have marks, and we have our inserts and our screws. So with these, there's actually 2 different types of screws that we're using. We are basically using assembly screws, and they're 1/4 20. We have a couple that are, I guess, about 1.5 inches, and they're going to be for these ones here. And then we have some longer ones which we can use to assemble the bottom triangles. So we're going to line these up. We're going to put these in, and it is again, these are a 1/4 20 assembly screw. And for now, we just leave everything loose, button it down, but it does not have to be tight. We do not want it tight. Anytime you are doing assemblies, leave the screws loose. So we also have a center section here. This is not required, but we did make them, so we are going to put them in. And this one here is a little bit tight, but that's fine. Let me grab my Allen key I put on the table here. So with this being a 1/4 20, it's a 4 mil Allen key. Now that everything is together, we can go ahead and start tightening these up. And when you're screwing them, you can look at the gap, and as long as the gap's reasonable, then it's going to be reasonably square. We're not tightening these up too much, we're just making them snug. Do your 4 corners first. Come back in, do your center pieces, and again, it's just snug. So this is now one complete frame. We'll flip it around and we're going to show you. So these are cut on 60-degree bevels. Hey everybody, so now we're going to show you how to do the top and the bottom. So each Periaktoi has a top and a bottom. Each bottom and top has 3 pieces, so there's a total of 6 pieces. They're all marked inside, and as long as all the insides are facing up, everything will work. That one overlaps. This one slides underneath the bottom. This one goes over top. And that is your basic assembly. With that, we then take our 1/4 20 assembly screw, and there is only one or an insert. So there are 2 holes, and it is the outside, furthest outside hole that the assembly screw goes into. The other one is a through hole. The through hole will be for the caster, if it's the bottom. If it's the top, it doesn't matter. Again, each one of these can be top or bottom, it does not matter. The only thing that matters is when you put the casters on, there is a direction, and obviously the inside will be to the inside of the Periaktoi. So if this is the bottom, the casters would be on the underside. I'm going to show you that right now. So here's one that is assembled. That is what the caster is on. If you look here, the inserts are closest to the bottom. They are not centered. I'll show you that here. These are the inserts. In this case, it's closer to the bottom. If it's the bottom, then it's closer to the bottom. If it's the top, it's closer to the top. All right? So if they were on top of each other, they would be like this. The bottom one inserts to the bottom, top one inserts to the top. And that's always to the outside. And as it says on the actual piece, inside. So when the periaktoi is together, inside. We'll move this out of the way. Now we're going to grab some different screws. I'm going to pause it here for a second. Well, hello everybody. So here we go. This is a one-person assembly. Do this a little better. So with one person, again, make sure you're doing your top or the bottom. In this case, I'm doing the top. So my inserts are facing away from me. We again are using an 1¼ inch 20 assembly screw, but this time it is an 1.5 inches. I'm just going to put it through, line it up with the one, and just slowly tighten it up a little bit. We're not trying to make it firm. We just want to make sure that the threads are started, at least 3 threads. In this case, if you mostly tighten it, you should be fine. And there it is, the assembly holds itself. We're going to come down, put one in the bottom. Might have to wiggle it up or down a little bit. All right, got it mostly started. We'll put that on. Again, we're leaving them loose, but we don't want them to come out. So they're sticking out about 1/8 inch, and that is perfectly fine. We're going to take our other one here. Same thing. Make sure we have an assembly screw. And if you notice, there's a recess here. So everything fits in the recess and it should be flush. If it's not flush, then something is wrong. Look for that assembly screw. Line them up and hold it. Again, get it started. Wiggle it if you have to. All right, we're not tightening it. At the bottom, wiggle it, lift it up a little bit. Make sure it spins. Once you get about 3 in, again. At this point, now we can make them firm. Again, do not over tighten these. For what it is, square it up, lift it, firm. That's it. We're not reefing these down. Just firm. Once they're tight, literally, maybe 1/8 of a turn. That's it, not even a 1/4 turn. Once one is on, we can grab the next one. Again, the way we've assembled it, you can tell the inside because it's the side with the bevels. All the bevels match each other. Just lift it up a little bit. Right, get the thread started a little bit by hand. Again, screw, there's the insert, lift it up. Wiggle it a little bit, it'll be fine once you got a couple threads. You can tighten it down, but again, do not tighten it. Everything stays loose until it's on, until you get all four in. Once you got a couple screws, you can screw them down a little bit. They're going to be a little firm, so just use the Allen key, put it in, but again, do not tighten them all the way. Once they're in, again, just snug them up. So what I'm doing here is I'm just cracking these little assemblies here. So if somebody tightens it up them being exactly square, so we're just going to loosen them, and that allows the whole assembly to move a little bit. Again, that's why we don't tighten things all the way down until everything's in. So now that everything's more or less in, see how easy that goes in now? Just from loosening that off a little bit. Now again, tighten that. Do not over tighten them, just making them snug and firm. Just so that they're seated. Now we got the last one. So again, we're just gonna take this, hold it, take our third piece, bring that over, make sure we got a screw. You're on video.
Huh?
You're on video.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No worries, all good. Line that up, basically take our screw, start the screw, couple threads, move to the other side. Go ahead.
I took an extra screw.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to return
If you don't want to be on video, we'll come get it.
We were able to build it fine. They got the gist of it.
Excellent.
It was quite wonderful.
Okay.
It was a little bit of a learning curve, but they figured it out.
Excellent.
Yes. Okay, I will leave you to your video.
Thank you. So here we go. Put the screw in, couple threads, leave it loose. Come down to the bottom. Couple screws, couple threads, screw it in, leave it loose. Come over to our last one. Couple threads. Now we use our Allen key and just snug everything down. So that is it. That is our Periaktoi. I'm going to lift this up now. Obviously it is much easier with two people. Make sure we're not hitting the ceiling. We are clear. So when we built these, we built everything just under 8 feet. So disassembled, it will all fit into a seed can. So that is the basic Periaktoi. That's pretty much it.